Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Tigers have been waiting and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Breaks into the open. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Can find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He's got it on the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start.
He's loose on the right. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Horned Frog. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. He might want another play. The give to the tailback. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, big moment in recruiting last week. 4-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a 4-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. He plays so many DBs at one time. This is a position I feel like you can transition to college really well. The expectations for him are going to be high.
And the Tigers moving quickly to the line. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense is doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
The short hand, it's Shepard. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Tigers are facing 3rd and inches. Quarterback making adjustments. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Makes the grab, past the marker. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and it just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Wide open downfield. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Coming out with it, it's Smith. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And he's left with no option but to throw it away. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and take it back. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Shakes off the defender. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Well, the defense was ready for that. Offense trying to toss it to get to the perimeter of the football field, but there were just too many defenders. The running back was able to make the first guy miss, couldn't make the second one, though, and it's a loss of yards.
Complete downfield. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
Who's
says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? It doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Grabbed over the middle. It's Shepard. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And you got man-to-man coverage. You're running that curl route. That ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route. He's going to be right there. But does a great job securing the catch, getting the first down.
Fighting off the defender.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team. And you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Catch in the middle. It's Shepard. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he has been making a...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target, and that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The give on the inside. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
About these two running games so far. Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out fast. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down.
Amazing individual effort there by the defender, defeating his block and getting to the bubble screen, not allowing a gain. You don't see that happen too often, but these DBs, boy, they love to fight at the point of attack and beat blocks.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Snap to the back. Under fire. It falls incomplete. How about the trickeration on 1st down that just goes awry?
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the team.
Might be changing the route. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? This guy is just wearing them out. Another first down, already has a couple of touchdowns in the first half, David.
He has been a problem for this defense. And if I'm this offense, I'm going to continue to feature him. He's winning his matchups. I'm going to find him. It's just the first half, and he's already had himself a full...
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Powers through. Got some room to run. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. It really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Wants to go up top. Got him downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the game.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in a goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Defense becomes even more heightened in this area of the field. You get the short yardage situations, the goal-to-go situations. They got to be dialed in. That's 2 big stops in a row by this defense, forcing a 3rd and goal, putting some pressure now on this offense.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Trying to pull his way out. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score.
That's a really big completion for the offense. And look, I know they didn't get the first down, but because of it, they're now set up in 4th and very short. And if you're the head coach, you're thinking very long and hard if you're going to go for this one now because of that success.
He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, TCU!
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Lindsey. Trying to escape and get it himself. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. He's first down from the 43. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
The quick out. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not a huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Dumps it to the back. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. That is no good. And here in the 2nd quarter, we remain all knotted up.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC would be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another.
He uncorks one deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. At the 20.
That's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Here comes the heat. Ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
This defense prides themselves on effort and pursuit. Quarterback there did a great job scrambling, so much so that he was able to get downfield, and it looked like it was going to be a big play, but all that pursuit from the defense and their effort, getting to the ball, knocking it out, and coming away with a big turnover.
Back has it. Pressure coming. Just a short pass to the tight end. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. There's the pressure. And the quarterback will be slammed down back at the 43. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's going for a big play downfield. And he grabs it at the 15. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Lindsey. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Grabbed in the middle. It's Flood. Turning it off. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Catch in the middle, it's Flood. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the red zone, looking for a space. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. Absolute shank. Missed it. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance.
He lets one fly deep. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well earned after that.
You go out outside and you make plays, like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud, Reese, and be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
The Tigers want to crank the tempo.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just
going for it all. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Quick handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. It's a draw. Open space at the 25. There he goes. He's at the 40. The 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, TCU.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Purdue is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Purdue, Pete, isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 10 over UConn. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Taylor wants to throw it. Moving out of the pocket. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down.
And he showed you in 2 plays why this defense has been up late at night. Like, thinking about having to guard, he makes you defend the back end, throwing the football, but then has the ability to pull it down and chew up yards with his legs. He makes you cover the whole field, run and pass. Infuriating to deal with as a defense.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And the Tigers are in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on 2nd down. He's got it! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. LSU lining up 1st and goal. trying to pound it in. Touchdown LSU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. So an 82-yard drive there, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. Makes a move. Got a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
And the tackle is made on the return man, but there is a flag on the play. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Makes a grab over the middle. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Taylor wants to throw. This one's complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Lost to throw again. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught close to the marker, it's Shepard. LSU will get a first down. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down.
Oh, he's got some space. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. From the gun to give, looking for room. Still on his feet at the 35. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
First down. Steps away. Lost, the defense is wide open. Touchdown, Horned Frog. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Man, football, there is so many weapons now with small slots and big wide receivers. And then you got the tight ends now that have the speed to catch the football, chew up ground, and get to the end zone and make those big plays like he did right here.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Howard. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try the run. Hard running there. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
It just sets the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down. No huddle here for the offense.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Taylor wants to throw it. Under fire. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Fourth down coming up.
That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that fourth down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
They'll send the back in motion. Swings it out to his running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people.
There he goes. Got enough space. Touchdown, TCU. Excellent pass by the back on the option. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. UTEP has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over. They're trailing by 27 to UNLV. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Rush is on him. He'll pull it down and run. Got a first down. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Throwing right. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Wants to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. LSU right back to the line. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass on second down. Unleashes to the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long. A step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Coming out with it, it's Smith. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick release on the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And how about the QB? We haven't seen it all game long, man. Nice job coming up big in a big moment in the fourth quarter. He says, nobody there, takes off, does it with his feet, and gets the first down.
They'll move the tight end. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Horned Frogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Jones wants to throw it. Wide open downfield. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
And offenses practice this situation. This is 4-minute offense. You've got the lead late in the game. You're trying to bleed the clock and just get first downs. They do that, they stay in bounds, and the clock keeps ticking.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down. And now the offense is in an interesting situation.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Flood. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the punishment has been extended.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Howard. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Quarterback making checks. Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Tigers with the 1st and 10.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Tiger!
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game one. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got it, so they convert the 2 and keep just a flicker of hope alive, down 2 possessions. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They get the football, but I think they touched it too soon. Flag on the field, and I believe it's coming back. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Offense in a bunch formation. DB's right up on the receivers. The give as they work on that clock. Makes it past the marker. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, TCU. And the route is on.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they want. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game one, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Howard. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. 42 spike. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got a man. It's Shepard. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down.
And this offense throwing the ball has just been up and down the field all game long. They're now approaching 450 yards passing on the day.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
It'll be 3rd and